The words art and marketing have a very interesting relationship with each other. Let's look at marketing first. There are 2 steps to marketing. Step number 1, make a product. Step number 2, you sell that product via creative media. So, for example, let's pretend I own a company that makes soft drinks. I first develop, design, and produce this product, and then I create an advertisement. It could be a poster or a tweet, but let's say I make a video. I hire some actors, there's a script, some props, the whole shebang, and at the end of the day, that piece of media exists to sell my product and promote it to potential customers. I air it as a commercial advertisement on YouTube. Now let's examine art. It also has 2 steps. Step number 1, make a completed product of creative media. And step number 2, sell or distribute that product in its original state. So let's say I'm a filmmaker, and I direct a lovely, wonderful movie with some actors, there's a script, some props, the whole shebang, and at the end of the day, I've created a unique piece of art in the form of a film. And then, because I want to gain recognition for my creation and share it with other people, I sell that film. You can pay a few dollars and watch it on YouTube. So, as you can see by this, art and marketing are not the same thing, but they are essentially the reverse-engineered versions of each other. And each has its advantages. With art, you've made a quality, cultural, creative experience that resonates with people, but you're highly constrained by the ways you can sell and promote it. With marketing, you typically have much less desirable media being created. After all, nobody really wants to watch commercials. But the avenues you can take to sell that product are almost limitless. So let's for a minute run through some examples and determine if they are art or marketing. Beyoncé releases the song Formation from the album Lemonade in 2016. And it's art. Barry Manilow writes a short musical jingle to be used at the end of all Farmers Insurance ads, and that's marketing. Here's a poster you can buy off Etsy, based off of Beyoncé's Lemonade, and that's art. And here's a poster for a different sort of lemonade that's marketing. And here's a poster for Beyoncé's Lemonade that is also marketing. Here's the original photograph used in that poster, which is art. It's the same picture used for the album cover, and I would say that album covers are split, part marketing and part art. And there are album covers that are more marketing and album covers that are more art. But what about this? Beyoncé performing on stage as part of the Super Bowl halftime show. She sings, she dances, it's a live artistic performance. And if this was just a solo performance as part of one of her concert tours, I would categorize this firmly as art. But because she's performing at the Super Bowl, this is also marketing. The performance works like a commercial to advertise Beyoncé's music and talent to football fans and the American public watching at home. In fact, the NFL doesn't even pay performers for the halftime show. Artists profit only from the exposure and increase in music sales following the event. This performance is also marketing for the NFL. Prior to the game, they reveal who will be performing for the halftime show, and thus Beyoncé fans, who are not football fans, tune in to watch the Super Bowl. It's both. Not split, not one or the other. This performance is 100% art and simultaneously 100% marketing. And this is what K-pop is like. Not just one performance every year, but all the time. Everything released in K-pop is marketing, and everything released in K-pop is art. Because the product being sold is the advertising, and the creative media content is the product. You cannot separate them. And quite possibly the best example I've ever seen of this phenomenon is BTS's 2019 Melon Music Award performance. I think we can all agree that this performance can be categorized as art. I love this performance. It's been almost a year and I'm still not over it. It's about the music, the rapping, the singing, the production, the incredible dancing and choreography, the stage and set design, the story VCRs, the clothes, the makeup, their use of the digital screens, the props, the mass amount of backup dancers, and even a couple of freaking horses and a water tank. It's the whole artistic experience of K-pop on extravagant display for a non-stop 37 minutes. It's art through and through. Every single moment has an extreme amount of critical and creative thought behind its execution. Hundreds of fans can be seen watching the performance live in person, and the YouTube video of this performance has millions of views. It's widely considered one of BTS's best live performances. This performance is truly a fantastic work of art and deserves to be appreciated as such. It's also some of the best marketing I've ever seen. To examine how this performance is marketing, we have to answer the question, what are they selling? Well, they're actually selling a whole bunch of things. They're selling product clothing. They're selling t-shirts and stuffed animals and posters with their beautiful faces on them. The entire design and premise of their performance of Microcosmos is literally to sell their light stick. They're selling tickets to the Melon Music Awards. They're selling the YouTube video to make ad revenue. They're selling every other YouTube video they've ever released. They're selling K-pop as a whole. I mean, they're selling the country of South Korea and its language, culture, and role in global politics. But primarily, they're selling two things. The first is the album. There is a big push in this performance to sell the EP Map of the Soul Persona, which at the time was their latest album release. They perform in full 4 out of the 7 songs on the EP, but that's not all. They also perform Boy in Love, as well as dance remixes of 7 of their previously released songs spanning their entire discography. They're actually not just selling Map of the Soul Persona, they're selling a total of 8 albums. 8 albums in one 37-minute performance. I honestly don't know if you could sell more albums in one performance. Not only this, but their performance of No during the finale was meant to be a hint pointing towards the release of their next title track, On, which was featured on Map of the Soul 7, and several more Map of the Soul 7 hints are littered throughout the performance. They're not only selling 8 of their albums, they're selling 8 albums and also an album that hadn't even been released yet. This is just unbelievably great marketing. The second thing they're selling, which is maybe the most important, is the concert. Every second that they are on the Melon Music Award stage, they are selling tickets to their concert. The entire point behind all of the work to create the amazing spectacle of the performance is to make every person who watches it, whether you see it at MMA or on YouTube, whether you're a BTS fan or not, is to say, holy shit, I would give anything to see them in concert. If this is what a 37-minute performance looks like, their concerts must be unbelievable. It's important to note that a group like BTS will make a lot more money off their tour than they'll make from album sales. Their concert tickets are crazy expensive, but this performance lets you know, without a doubt, that it'll be worth it. It's marketing. They're selling concert tickets. And even if you know and understand that this performance is really just a 37-minute long commercial to get you to drop an exorbitant amount of cash on a concert ticket, you don't even care, because the art is just that good. It's engaging and entertaining and immersive, and it works. K-pop is redefining what marketing looks like and what it can be. The younger generation of consumers is fed up with marketing. We're sick and tired of ads, we see them everywhere, we tune them out as much as possible, we hate the greed and structure of corporations, and the unethical manipulative tactics these companies use to turn a profit. But I have news for you. That demographic of young consumers who despise and ignore traditional marketing so much just willingly watched a 37-minute long advertisement, simply because they wanted to. And I bet some of them bought a concert ticket because of it. The best marketing in the world is, in fact, art.